Hi everyone, this is audap. Let's continue our game of Sea Carts running on PlayStation, or running on Nintendo Switch. Oh my god, I have too many game systems, I swear. I don't know what's what after a while. It looks like we can get to the heart of the woods from here, doesn't it? Izen, can you hear the Great Fairy's voice? Not at the moment. There must be a more suitable place to commune with her. Then what do you say we head further in? This place also appears to be full of monsters like the village chief said, so let's proceed with caution. That's right, it wants me to use skills. It's the only way to level up skills. Yeah. I do wish they just would level up on their own without you having to use them, but... It might come into play later when we fight the more difficult bosses in the game. Like if you wouldn't, like maybe you need to have the kind of damage that skills provide. I forget which game it was, but it was one of the EXE Korea games that we played there, where you actually couldn't do enough damage with normal physical attacks, and so if you neglected to raise your magic or your skills, then like the bosses would basically be impossible. Like they just could not do enough damage. In time before the boss gave its most damaging attack, which would just wipe out your party. I mean, I don't think they do that anymore, but you never know. Let's see, did I get everything? It's just so hard to say. The map's pretty big. understand this system. I don't think I do. I'm sure it'll be fine. Ooh, I have great legs now. Petrified fish are a pain. Izen. I heard her. It's the wayfaring fairy. Then go ahead and commune with her, Izen. I'll try. I have been awaiting you, Izen. Were you able to learn what the residents of Celesta Villa desired of me? Yes. The mechanoids that gathered at the heart of the woods. It seems they continue to be killed because they put up no resistance even when they're attacked by monsters. In order to prevent any more victims, the residents of Celesta Village want you to seal off the woods. They want me to prevent any more mechanoids from dying? That is very much like them. Very well, I have accepted their will. In the coming years, I will cause these woods to be overtaken by plant life. This will prevent anyone from reaching the place where this is occurring. Make sure it happens. Will you be heading for the heart of the woods? Yes, we're going to investigate the place in question where these mechanoids gather. I see. It's about time we were going. Izen. What? No, it's not important. I am glad I was able to meet you. I pray things will turn for your good. As do I. Izen, the Time-Lost Fairy has said you will face the ones who seek to destroy the world. I lament I cannot be of any more help as I am actively protecting the residents of Celesta Village. How did it go, Izen? Were you able to tell the wayfaring fairy what the villagers wanted? Yes, she said she would seal the woods in the coming years. If the environment suddenly changed, it would affect the entire ecosystem, so doing things in stages is likely the best option. This means we're done helping the wayfaring fairy. What do you say we find where the mechanoids are gathering and try to find out what happened here? Really? There's a monster in our path. Let's find our way through it. Blah! This is definitely a big one. My guess is it sits at the top of the food chain. Here it comes. Blah, blah, blah. Look at that, Izen. Is that where those who worship the great fairies gathered? It's definitely a possibility. Let's check it out. Guessing blanket, that's equipment, really? Oh shit, I forgot I was supposed to use skills. Darn it. Just look at this place. What a mess. These markings are different than those of violent monsters. What's clear, though, is some kind of conflict happened here. These are... Did you find something? Old documents. They're covered in dirt. No blood. Did you say blood? That's disturbing, but let me see them. The date is from roughly 300 years ago. I'm surprised something like this survived for so long. A magic spell has been cast on the paper to protect it from decay and weathering. Huh? Is there such magic? It's extremely archaic, so it's no surprise you haven't heard of it. Incidentally, 3 centuries ago, paper was a valuable commodity, valuable enough to cast magic on it to preserve it. But with the spread of paper-making technology, it became disposable, and magic used to prevent its degradation was no longer necessary. I see. I had thought you were knowledgeable before, but it sounds like you also know a lot about history, too. Not to the degree you do. Why, thank you. But with regard to mechanoids, you're definitely much more knowledgeable than I am, Gantz. Could it be you have a mechanoid close to you? No. That aside, read what those documents say. The time frame they correspond to was right around the time of the incident that happened here. That's right, isn't it? Okay, let me see here. Did you find anything? No. Well, I'll read them. Give them here. Hey! I see now. Don't just stand there and nod to yourself. Explain what you found to the rest of us. Could it be something terrible is written in them? Tristan was the author of these documents. It'd seem he was the one who killed the worshippers of the great fairies. Tristan was killed here? There are details concerning advanced mechanoids in these documents. In short, it appears he was the one responsible for creating them like we thought. And judging from the contents of these papers, he came with the objective to persuade those here, but after failing to do so, he was murdered. It sounds like those who believed in the great fairies detested mechanoids more than anyone, doesn't it? Plus, if the one creating them were to visit, it would be more than enough reason to kill them. What about details on advanced mechanoids? You know, can we just talk about the rest of this after we get out of here? I say this because this place is crawling with monsters and... Leaving what needs to be said for later won't change what's written in these documents. That's true, but... Mechanoid, P82B1A. He was made with the objective to deepen exchange with humans. Mechanoid C2705. She was made to leave posterity with humans, but failed. That's why her objective was changed to analyzing human emotions. Izen is F-26E4. What does that say about him? What does it say about him? In comparison to the other two, he has attack capabilities that greatly exceed theirs. His power exists to slay the great fairies. That's about all I can decipher. You hold on to these. Izen. To humans, the great fairies are... No, to this world, their existence is indispensable. If I have the strength to kill them, in short, I... about this. We should keep it from the guild. Unlike with Liberatus, we have no duty to report anything about Izen. That's right, isn't it? There shouldn't be a problem if we don't say anything. You think that's the best too, right, Izen? I'm saying this because this is coming from Clara, of all people. Understood. You're okay with this too, right, Gantz? If I judge it to be necessary, I'll report it. I'm putting my trust in you not to say anything. I don't see anything else of importance here. We should be done investigating this place. Let's head back to the guild headquarters. Interesting. So that's what he's here for. I mean, it had to be serious, whatever it was, since he's an advanced model. UK Village, Ferry Pass. Look, let's make sure it's counting it. Oh, it is. Yeah, I don't know if I have to keep doing these extra missions. I mean, they're very, very basic. I don't think I'm necessarily getting a whole lot out of them. This is the worst when you only fight like one enemy at a time. Fairy Pass, Lavender's Trust. Okay, well, I don't want to keep doing these things. Like I said, I don't really think I'm gaining anything from them. Whispering. Hmm? What are they looking at it? Or what are they looking at us and whispering for? It's kind of creepy. They're afraid of mechanoids. Does this have anything to do with Liberatus? Yes, they're an elusive branch, and incidents involving them are only on the rise. That's why everyone's fearful when we're going to be attacked. Before long, there may be those who will demand we expel mechanoids from here completely. That's terrible. While it's true the majority of those in Liberatus are mechanoids, it doesn't mean you should fear the ones who have absolutely nothing to do with them. Settle down. It does no good to yell at me about it. I'm sorry. Deep down, most everybody knows that. They know there are also bad humans, and it's thanks to the weapons made by mechanoids they're able to take monsters head-on. Even so, it doesn't take away the fact that people are scared. There are simply many mechanoids who are much stronger than humans are. Well, I imagine the situation will continue for a while, but we'll have to bear with it until Liberatus is apprehended. You're pursuing them too, right? Make sure you do everything in your power to bring them to justice. Izen, Let's head to the guild headquarters. Okay. I'm not coming playing with you again, I don't think so. Should all be the same stuff, yeah. Okay, nothing new here. Let's just head to the guild. No information on Liberatus, huh? I'm sorry, especially when you gave us a ship to use. You have nothing to apologize for. If Liberatus isn't appearing in that region, it means there's nobody dealing in illegal parts there either. I think knowing that also could be considered a return on your efforts. If you put it that way, I suppose it's true. Additionally, with it now being clear Tristan was the one who created the mechanoids, it's not only beneficial for you, but for all of humanity. Having said that, we still lack information on the ones who seek to destroy the world mentioned by the time-lost fairy. Even so, our investigation should go more smoothly. But with him having died 300 years ago, normally speaking, if there's no parent, it should mean no children can be created. Yet we've seen a number of times up to this point where mechanoids have been thought to have recently awoken. Each of them also has new parts. Therefore, it'd only be logical to consider new ones are being created somewhere. I agree. I wonder if Tristan's skills were inherited by somebody. Or maybe there's a factory creating them somewhere. Gans, I would like to look over the documents Tristan left behind. Would you mind if I borrowed them for a while? About that. I hate to say this, but I don't have them. Hmm? Then are you saying you lost them? We got into a battle with a huge monster, and all I can do is apologize. No, it's fine. Those kinds of things happen. On top of that, the most important thing is that you all came back safely. As long as you try to be more careful next time, I won't dwell on the matter. Now, let's turn our focus on Liberatus. While you were gone to Celesta Village, we actually discovered a place they could be using for their hideout. Oh yeah? That must have taken some work. I have a group of undercover agents, you see, and they were successful in tracking Liberatus members. Then our next destination is in this hideout of theirs. Yes, but there's one problem. There's a gigantic maelstrom near the island where it sits. The older model of a ship I've given you can't cross it. That being the case, I'd like you to help me retrofit your ship with the necessary parts to deal with it and other maelstroms. Retrofit? Isn't that the guild's job? I must apologize, but with attacks by Liberatus only continuing, I can't spare any guild members for the task. Can't we just borrow a newer ship? While there is one, it doesn't belong to the guild. Rather, it's owned by Barreltown. To make matters worse, it's constantly in use sailing the globe to transport commodities. That's why to borrow it, it'd probably take weeks, if not months. In that case, I guess we'll have to give up on it. Alexia, show them that artifact I had you bring. This is what's needed to retrofit your ship. It's called a propulsion unit and can greatly increase its power. In order to completely retrofit it, however, we'll need one more of the same. For that, I'll need you four to search the various factories for one. Do you have an idea in which factory we can find one? We can't just be running from random place to random place. Yes, I have a document that contains a list of the places propulsion units were discovered in the past and all their coordinates. These are them. With that as a base, I think you should whittle down a location. What do you think? For now, do you think we should try applying these coordinates to our map? These numbers, I've seen them before. What? When we reviewed the information on data chip EF81 with the Memoria, there was a large number of coordinates that showed up. Several match these. Of course, I didn't memorize them all. Perhaps you may be able to get some clues from this Memoria then. Let's go and check with it again. Agreed. It sounds like it's safe. It's a safe bet finding a propulsion unit to you. Just don't get lax, because it's a factory you've visited before. Monsters could suddenly appear, rip your innards out, and that'd be the end of you. Yikes! So, you'd be wise to check your equipment before you leave, lest an awful fate befalls you. I'm not going to get tricked by you again. Alright, let's head out. It is funny that they kind of gave me this fatalist speech pattern. Ooh, I was so nervous. Don't worry. Like the guild chief said, even if we're attacked by monsters, we won't do anything that'll get us killed. I realize what he says shows that he's concerned about us, but it wasn't that I was nervous about. It's the documents we found in Wayfaring Woods. I've got to say, I felt the same way myself. You mentioned Tristan, so I was anxious whether you'd spill the beans about Izen too. Do you think it was right to lie? Lie? I do not know what you're talking about. The one with the documents is you, Izen. I don't have them, and the fact is, we did fight a giant monster. When you put it that way, we didn't tell a lie, did we? For being adults, you're terrible examples. I have no idea what you mean by that. As I said before, I only report what's necessary. Even if Izen has powers he didn't desire, all he has to do is not use them. There's no reason to tell the guild everything and make them that much more cautious. I see what you mean. We know where Blaze and his companions are, and all that's left to do is get the necessary part to reach there. Let's hurry to the Colossus' shoe. He still appears to be worried about his powers. I wonder if there's anything we can do to put him at ease. Izen. We're bad adults. Oh my gosh. So funny. Oh, it's close to us, I guess. We need to check that one next. Yeah, I gotta say, every time I play one of these games, EC Create games, I mean, it always surprises me how well the stories are made. You'd think after, you know, all these years of playing these games, I'd be like, oh, are they ever going to just make, like, a very standard story? You know, something throwaway? And no, they're always very complex. The characters are always, you know, interesting. At least I think so. So, yeah, I'm happy we've come back to play this game again. Anyway, this is Audap. You've been watching Sea Cards running on Nintendo Switch. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching. I will see you at the next stream.